to resume his tour of the Mount Kenya region starting tomorrow in the counties of Embu, Tharaka Nithi and Meru. This afternoon, Raila paid a visit to Mukami Kimathi, the widow of freedom fighter late Field-Marshal Dedan Kimathi, at her home in Nairobi. Mwangi Maina with an in-depth.
Odinga is set to resume his visit of the Mount Kenya region, this time around touring the counties of Meru, Tharaka Nithi and Embu. In the recent weeks, Odinga has been on a tour of the vote-rich region, which he hopes to increase his support after meeting several groups from the region. Sunday afternoon, the ODM boss, accompanied by the Handshake Women Forum, paid a visit to Mukami Kimathi, widow of the late Field-Marshal Dedan Kimathi, who led the Mau Mau movement to revolt against the colonialists. Raila mentioned Mukami as a courageous fighter who, despite being a woman, played a critical role in the first liberation alongside other notable women.
Mama here is an exemplification of the struggle for independence of our country. She herself was also detained together with Mama Ngina and several other women at that time. So she was a freedom fighter on her own rights, apart from the fact that her husband, Dedan Kimathi, led the armed struggle for the liberation of our country.
Raila recounted his efforts to stand with the descendants of Mau Mau, including the petitioning of the British government to compensate and apologize to all descendants of Mau Mau fighters for all ills meted on them. Raila says out of his petition, the British apologized to families of Mau Mau fighters, compensated them and built a monument at the Freedom Corner in Nairobi's Uhuru Park.
Our younger generation today don't appreciate, they take a lot of things for granted. That we need to know that the freedom we enjoy today did not just come. The British did not grant us independence. Independence was won. Otherwise, they wanted to turn this country into Rhodesia or South Africa if people had not fought. So this is a role that must be recognized all the times. On the eve of Mashujaa Day, we decided to come and visit Mama here and see that she's doing well. She's told me that the residence where she stays is rented. She has to pay rent on a monthly basis. And I've said that I will ensure that this house belongs to her.
As the country commemorates the 60th edition of Mashujaa Day, Raila has asked the government to better the lives of Mau Mau descendants. He has promised to petition the government to support them in acquiring a piece of land in Laikipia County, which under their Mau Mau descendants movement have been fundraising to purchase.
A number of descendants of Mau Mau who are still landless, that there's a property that they have identified in Laikipia, and they have already raised 60 million shillings, and that they need to be supported to be able to buy that land. I'm going to ask the government to do so, but I've also said that if they don't do it, my government will do it.
Raila also championed his Azimio la Umoja initiative, saying no one will be left behind in building a united Kenya, irrespective of their ethnic background, social status or religion. Mukami Kimathi later uttered words of blessings to the former premier, with the Handshake Women Forum gifting her with different presents. Mwangi Maina, TV 47, Nairobi.